Hello. So, this is my first vlog, and it's probably going to be terrible, but here it is. So I have some lovely Moana instrumental music playing in the background. Hopefully you can hear it. It's wonderful and probably gonna get weird. So, I'm sitting on the floor. I have a tripod, but it's all packed away in my car currently because all of my car is packed up right now. So I am awkwardly sitting on the floor with my iPhone propped up on a lamp. Yep, this is how it's gonna go. So I'm just gonna kind of talk about my process and how it all came about. And yeah, hopefully it won't be super awkward. Here we go. So, I have my emails pulled up over here, and it tells me the dates and everything of when everything happened. So I applied on February 7th, 2017, and why did I apply? It's a great question. I don't really know. I don't. I guess because in the very beginning of January, I broke up with my boyfriend of a long time. And I'm fine now. It was my decision. It was something that just kind of had to happen. It's okay. But I don't know. And after I broke up, a couple weeks later, I wanted to go to Disney World because my loans had just dropped and I wanted to be irresponsible. So I went to the Magic Kingdom. That weekend, we had a conference down in Tampa. It was a music conference held by Molly Bartholomew. I'm so sorry if I said your name wrong, but I love you, and it was such an amazing conference, and she taught us how to interpret music, and that's what I want to do. I want to do performance interpreting. So, yes. But I decided, since I'm already in Tampa, and Tampa's an hour away from Orlando, I thought it would be a great opportunity to drive to Disney World. And I did. And it was a great kind of cleanse. It was something I definitely needed to kind of heal and to kind of get over it, I guess. I don't know. My first visit was amazing, but it was with his family, and I kind of wanted to make some new memories with just me exploring the park. And I didn't get to go to all four parks because I just got a one-day pass to Magic Kingdom because it's all I really had time for and it's all I could afford. But in that one day at Magic Kingdom, I had so much fun, and I already knew I loved Disney, but just being there alone kind of just gave me new hope and a new sense of life, and I knew that I could move forward from kind of the mess I kind of got myself into. So I came back kind of wanting a fresh start, but honestly, I didn't expect anything to come from it. I applied just to apply, and I applied on February 7th, kind of, it was at night, and I applied. I wasn't expecting any kind of response back, but immediately after I sent in my resume and my application, I immediately got an email back saying that I needed to take the web-based interview. Like, that was the next step. And I was like amazed that it happened so quickly. And it was funny because it was like in the middle of the night. So I got the email technically the next day. It was just, like 12:30 in the morning. And I did the web-based interview. It took about 30 minutes. And basically it's, if you've ever applied for a job, you have to, some jobs have like a personality test. You have to take it, ask you questions about how you would react a certain way, certain things happening. If you're a positive person, do you like to work with people? And really, it was a really long test, but it asked about the same 20 questions, just in different ways. And just to see, basically, Disney wants consistency. They want you to answer the same way the different questions, but they want like the same response. They want to make sure that you're level and that you're happy and you're cheerful, that you love to work with people, and just have the Disney heart. They wanted me to set up a phone interview. Most people don't even get past the web-based interview. The fact that I got to schedule a phone interview, I was just perplexed and amazed, and they apparently liked what I was answering, and that was really exciting. So I scheduled a phone interview the week for the next week. I applied, I forgot which day it was, maybe a Wednesday or Thursday, and then the next Thursday I had my phone interview. And at this point, I really didn't know anything about the Disney College program. I had never, had friends. I mean, I had friends that did it, but I didn't really know exactly what would go on or what I would do. See, they asked me about my past experiences and jobs, and if I had like a bad experience with a customer and how did I deal with it. And she also asked me if a little kid, if they were too short to ride a ride, what would I tell them? And I gave this like really cute response about, obviously about safety, but also about, when you grow a little bit more, you can get on the ride, but you can go on Dumbo because there's no height restrictions for Dumbo. Like, just like kind of naming other rides possibilities that the kid could go on. And really, she didn't really ask me much. It only lasted about 20 minutes. And she was really friendly. She laughed at my jokes because I'm super awkward and I make odd jokes about everything. And yeah, and then I hung up, and honestly, this was the worst part, hanging up and then having to wait. I honestly was super lucky because I got my congratulations email on February 23rd. So I really only had to wait 2 weeks for them to get back with me. And I remember class had just started, and it was interpreting class with Judy, and I sat down and I opened my email and I see congratulations from Walt Disney World. And I couldn't scream. I couldn't jump up and dance because class had just started and I had to put my phone away. So I had to sit there like and just contain myself. And immediately when Judy said class was, we're done, I stood up and said, I got accepted to the Disney College program. And it was, oh my gosh, it was the best moment ever. Because I didn't think anything would come from this. I didn't think I would even go through the process of applications. I didn't think it would happen. I don't know why. I guess because whenever I set my expectations too high, or if I really want something, then it usually doesn't happen. So with this, I was just like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I have a plan B. I know what I'm going to do. If I don't, I know what I'm going to do if I do. So it's just kind of like if this happens, and then yeah, like, that's cool. Like, let's do it. Whew. So, in the congratulations email, you have to respond within 7 days. And if you don't respond within 7 days, they assume that you don't want it. And in the email, it told me I was an attractions cast member, and I was super excited because it was my first choice. But they didn't tell you what park or which ride. They just tell you attractions. I would have the 4 parks, and I wouldn't know which one. People would ask me which park that I wanted the most, and I wasn't really sure. I would be happy with it, really, with any park. I know there were a few rides I did not want, just because I didn't really like them, or I refused to go on them because they were scary or too spinny or something along those lines. But I really didn't mind what park I got. I mean, I feel like everyone hopes to get Magic Kingdom, but I was kind of afraid to get Magic Kingdom just because I didn't want the magic to kind of die for me. I didn't want to see the behind the scenes of Magic Kingdom because I wanted it to always be special. But fun fact, I got Magic Kingdom. Which is fine. I am super excited, and I feel so lucky and so blessed to have gotten it. But anyway, so you have 7 days to respond to Disney, and you have to pay $350 just to kind of hold your spot. And I've heard that pays for the buses that kind of take you around the first week. It pays for, I think, part of your housing for the first couple weeks before you get paid, and stuff like that. And it wasn't really in my budget, but I paid it because I wanted to go to Disney. So I talked to my teacher, and so with my program, I have it's a 5-year program, and I just finished year 4. So that means I have one more year until I graduate. But year 5 is kind of special because we have practicum and internship. Practicum is when we have to go to 10 different settings and we have to observe. It's not necessarily how many hours you get, but it's just about getting to the settings and making sure you observe them with your mentor. I think you can put your hands up in these settings. Like, I'm pretty sure if your mentor and your consumers know that you're a student and are okay with you putting your hands up, then sure. But most of the time it's just about observing. Let's see. The 10 of different settings are like medical, mental health, community, performance, arts, stuff like that. It's different settings. And my plan is to, at Disney, obviously be a cast member. But people have asked me, are you going to interpret at Disney World? Not yet. I cannot get paid to interpret while being a student because it's super unethical, and if my program found out, then that would be really bad. So Disney's going to pay me to be a cast member, and on my off days, I'm going to go observe with my mentors. So yes, it's going to be busy. Yes, it's like having a full course load, but it's 6 credit hours. Really, the work comes to just going and observing and then writing about your observations and doing the paperwork. And I'm not super concerned because we have 18 weeks to do 10 settings. And as long as I get them out of the way early, that's my plan, really. Because once peak season really hits in probably mid-October onto the new year, that's when it's going to get crazy in the parks with Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And New Year's. So obviously the summer's busy, but I won't have any schoolwork during the summer, which is when I'm going to have a lot of fun in the parks when I don't have class. Let's see. People have asked about housing, and Disney has specific apartment complexes just for Disney College Program people. A week before your arrival date, they send you your itinerary, and that says like when you have to arrive, which park you get, which area you get, and what time your traditions is, and things like that. So my itinerary, obviously let me back up. So I already knew my location in my park before I got my itinerary because I may or may not have friends who have had programs before, and they looked in the system for me to see where I was. I know. I should have waited. I should have been surprised with everyone else. But look, I needed to know. So my friend texted me that I got Magic Kingdom in Tomorrowland. Or Tomorrowland in Magic Kingdom. Oh my gosh. I was on cloud 9 because I love Tomorrowland. It is such a wonderful, magical place. And it has some of my favorite rides. And honestly, some of my least favorite rides. My least favorite ride is Space Mountain. Because I hate rides in the dark. My number one, I hate rides in the dark. Unless it's like slow moving. Unless it's like, like Spaceship Earth, or, like the big ball in Epcot. That's in the dark, but it's slow and it's fine. And I also get terribly bad motion sickness. Fun fact. And my first visit, I didn't realize that I got motion sick because I didn't get motion sick when I was a kid at all. I could go on everything, spinny, upside down, crazy fast, and it didn't affect me. But when I went to Disney World for the first time last year, I never actually physically got sick, but I got dizzy and I got super nauseous on pretty much everything. Anything that moved, I was just like, ugh. So I know to take motion sickness medicine. But our first park was, it was Magic Kingdom. But yeah, I went on Space Mountain. They said, oh, it's fun, it's great, and it looked fun and everything. But I got terribly ill. Oh my goodness, terribly ill. And I got off the ride and just had to sit down and try not to throw up. So that was something. Space Mountain was terrifying for me, and it's just gonna be hilarious if I get Space Mountain as my main ride to work. It'll just be like, ha ha ha, so you're a Space Mountain. My dream would be my favorite ride in Tomorrowland, which is Buzz Lightyear ride, where you get in the little thing and you go pew 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 pew. I love that ride. It's so fun. Because the first time I went on it with Michael, and I beat him somehow. I got a crazy high score, because apparently I hit something and it jumped my score up. And he was so mad that I beat him, because he's been going to Disney like forever, and he always gets crazy high scores in the game. And I beat him somehow. I have no idea. But it was super fun, and I love that ride, because you make the thing like spin, and you can shoot the enemies, and it's really fun. It's a kid ride, but I love it. It's just so interactive and fun. And I love the Carousel of Progress, and I love Stitch, which is a really unpopular opinion to like Stitch, but it's fine. And I love Laugh Floor, and I love the People Mover, and I love the atmosphere of Tomorrowland. I'm super excited to work there. And it's cool because a friend who told me that I got Tomorrowland, she actually worked Tomorrowland, and she worked Speedway and Space Mountain, and she absolutely loved it. So she told me that depending on which side was, like Speedway and Tomorrowland go together, and then like Stitch and Laugh Floor and Buzz all kind of go together because they're all in the same kind of area. So it's all the same costume. So it'll just depend on which one I get. My itinerary. So on my itinerary, my arrival is May 15th, and I have to check in at Patterson Court. Oh yeah, we got Patterson at 9:45 in the morning, and I intend to leave tomorrow, Sunday, May 14th, and I'm going to split up my drive, even though it's only like a 6.5 hour drive. I'm splitting it up because check-in is at 9:45, and that's crazy. So I'm not waking up at 2 in the morning and then driving all morning. Like, no. So I'm leaving tomorrow morning, and my brother lives like 30 minutes north of Gainesville, and I'm going to stay with him and my sister-in-law, and we're going to have dinner, and it's going to be great. And then I wake up super early the next morning and give myself enough time to drive down and get breakfast and kind of find my way around, because I've only really driven in Orlando once by myself. So I'll get there, and hopefully everything goes really smoothly. And then casting is at 10, which is where you go and they give you your schedule and what you're going to be doing and all this stuff. And then drug testing is also that day. And then that's Monday. And then Traditions orientation isn't until Friday, which I think because with the drug test, they want to make sure it comes out clean and that you get everything fine before you go to orientation, which I don't have to worry about. I don't do drugs. It's fine. We have like 5 days of where we can't go to the parks. I mean, we can go to Disney Springs, we can go to the resorts, but we can't go to any of the parks, unless you're already a pass holder, which I don't know why you'd be if you got the college program. But, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. But, I mean, I'm going to be there until January 4th. So, I mean, I have to wait a week before I go in the parks. I think I'll manage. But it's just kind of time to, I guess, hang out with the roommates and bond and go to Disney Springs and go have a great time. I'm super excited. I've been talking about this since February, but I still cannot contain my excitement whenever I talk about Disney and the excitement I get from watching Disney movies, and I'm just so excited. This opportunity kind of came out of nowhere without even me really expecting it, and it's all just kind of crazy. Especially since literally this day last year, I walked into Magic Kingdom for the first time. The first time seeing the castle, the first time experiencing Disney Magic in person, and now a year later, I'm about to go work for them. I'm just trying to like put my life in perspective and see just how lucky and how blessed I am. God really, really opened up this door, and he closed one big door but opened a huge door for me to walk through. And though I am sad because, things have really, really changed in my life, and I'm definitely a different person, which is sad and good and everything, but I'm just excited to move forward. If I'm not moving forward, then I feel in a rut, and I don't like to feel that way. I don't think anyone really likes to stay stagnant. I think everyone really likes to move forward. Me just more, just because that's my personality. I have to get things done. Yeah. So after my after the fall, I intend on having an internship with an interpreting agency in Orlando. Planning on getting an apartment and staying in the spring, and graduating next May. This time next year I will be graduating from college. Finally. When will my life begin? I've been singing that song every day. Just these past 5 years have been so crazy and just so rewarding and so challenging, and I finally feel like I'm here, you know? Like, I'm an adult. I can do things. I'm 24 and I don't feel like an adult. But I'm ready. I'm so ready. And I really appreciate you and all of Facebook world and YouTube world for being so excited for me. I'm so thankful that you're in my life and that you're going to kind of follow me along in this journey. I don't know how often I'll be able to vlog, but I hope I'll be able to vlog as much as I can and kind of update you on everything and the craziness of my life. And I'm excited for you to come along with me. So that is it for this first vlog. Thank you so much for watching.